Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome back to Arcadia's Fallen. Last we left off, we managed to get to chapter 6. So there's just 2 chapters left in this. So let's just get right into it, shall we? We have kind, faith, acceptance, confidence, and authority. You run and run until you can't run anymore. Ancient trees crowns stretch high above you, shrouding everything in darkness as Mime leads you forward. Everyone is gone. Lost in the chaos of your escape, the two of you now stumble through the forest alone. You trip and fall to your knees, and Mime crouches down in front of you, her big eyes wide with concern.
Are you okay?
Your choice will influence your personality going forward. Vengeance over despair. Your resolve solidifies and your confidence swells with a burgeoning rage of vengeance, filling your limbs with molten fire.
That guy.
He'll pay for this. Ronan will pay for what he's done. Mime is silent, watching you apprehensively. Perhaps we should just take a moment to calm down, I think. I don't recognize this part of the forest. We must have been grinding for a while. So I guess that means we're lost. Not that we're really going anywhere, so I guess technically we aren't lost. It's still bad. That's honestly not good either.
Right.
We should probably try and find out where we are, though. I'm not really sure how. There's a rustle of leaves, and you both freeze, shifting close together. What was that? A shape emerges from the forest, an ominous feeling washing over you, suffocating you. Oh, it's a Wendigo! No! Or Rake. I think it's a Wendigo, because Wendigos usually have the... You have felt a powerful magic before, but the crushing presence of a shadow before you is unlike anything from this film. Is this... Wait, no. This is our friend. Almost like it isn't mortal magic at all. The king of the forest! Mime breathes, and the being steps close and your breath catches. He is a tall being, much taller than any human you know. Dark, empty eye sockets of a deer skull stare back at you, and you shiver, terror running through your body. Mime, get behind me.
Mime.
You order and step in front of her, but Mime doesn't look as concerned as you. Instead, she stares at the frightening being with rapid curiosity.
I wonder...
It's okay, I don't think he means to hurt us. The deer god turns and motions for you to follow him down the path.
Huh?
It looks like he wants us to follow? Let's see where this goes.
I'm ready.
Very well, let's see where this will take us. Hopefully somewhere safe. You follow him silently, Mime sticking closely to your side. The sun goes down and the woods turn dark as you follow the god through his realm. In here, the trees grow taller and thicker, stretching above you into a suffocating dome, and then tiny lights begin to peek out from within the leaves and branches. They glow like lanterns illuminating the path ahead. Fireflies!
Huh?
What's that over there? Mime looks shed in wonder as the deer comes into a halt in front of a clearing. Looking out, you see a familiar small building nestled amongst the trees. An inn. The deer god turns to Mime and then leans down, pressing his skull against her forehead. You move to stop him, but it doesn't hurt her, just stands. Then he rises again and walks off into the trees. What was that about?
I have some questions. I wonder...
He just wished us a good journey.
I wonder...
It's strange, I have this feeling. Like he's someone familiar to me, like a father? I mean, she does have deer ears and deer horns. Or antlers, I suppose. But that's just a crazy thought. It's all just the adrenaline speaking. But here should be the place we can be safe. That's what he said at least. So let's go inside. And I think he also did have the same flowers that she used for her flower crown, too. You walk inside the inn and are hit by warm air and the scent of hearty food and mulled wine. Patrons are milling about the many tables, laughing boisterously and talking excitedly, like a party of old friends catching up after a long year.
Good evening, dear alchemist.
Rune. Pleasure.
So this is where your tale took you. How interesting.
What do you doing here?
What are you doing here? And where is here exactly?
Taverns and inns are the sanctuaries of bards, not to mention our biggest sources of income and new story material.
Yeah, it's sort of a strange twinge to his voice.
I was just here to check in with another legend of mine. It seems her tale has finally come to a close, so I wanted to get all the final details.
Sorry, I don't quite follow.
I'm sorry, but I'm not following. What is this place?
It is only natural to be a bit confused when entering the realm of the gods. Welcome to the Merry Sparrows Inn, the final transit stop for heroes' souls before they pass on to the afterlife.
Wait, these people are ghosts?
Indeed. Why so surprised? You're a spirit yourself, are you not?
Ghosts and spirits are not the same. Ghosts can be super vengeful and haunt you for the rest of your life. Also, they are creepy.
I can assure you none of these ghosts are out to get revenge on anyone. Only the souls of those who have lived a life of adventure can enter this place. The kind that has grand tales of heroism to leave behind. I can introduce you to some of them, if you like.
Are we dead?
Did we die?
I mean, you would be the one to know, wouldn't you? You're the one with personal experience.
I can dispel that misunderstanding. You are not dead. While this is a place to celebrate the end of a long journey, the Sparrow does like to open his doors on special occasions.
What does that mean?
The sparrow that we saw at the beginning.
The heroes in this place have seen many things. Tragedy, triumph. They carry with them a well of knowledge. Sometimes, when a traveler like yourself stumbles, the wise words of someone who's been there before will put you back on the right path. If you wish, you may go see what knowledge they offer.
So the king of the forest.
We met someone strange who led us here. A man with a deer skull for a head. Do you know about him?
The king of the forest escorted you here himself? That is quite the honor.
So what about the ghosts?
Wait. So, if these people are ghosts, what does that make us?
You're not dead, if that's what you're concerned about.
That's a relief.
The inn is a safe haven for heroes. Its doors are always open to heroes in need of a bit of guidance. And you, my friend, look like a lost soul if I've ever seen one.
So the sparrow?
Who is the sparrow?
That would be the innkeeper. He is a patron for all heroes' tales. One of the 3 gods of mortal stories.
3 gods.
Gods of storytelling? I've never heard about that before.
The raven, the sparrow, and I don't remember the 3rd.
Few know about them these days, but the Empire's clutches can never reach them in here. The sparrow is for the hero's tale. Those stories that live on forever. The raven for the quiet tales. Those that will fade away with those who experience them. And finally, the nightingale, who watch over the storytellers, the bards, the artists, the mother sitting on the edge of her child's bed. Together, they watch over the death and legacy of all mortals, in this realm.
I've always had a thing for ravens and nightingales. Kind of ironic with considering these meanings. So, heroes?
What did you mean when you said heroes?
Why don't you ask one yourself? Come, I'll make the introductions.
Rune takes you through the crowded tavern, winding through patrons, speaking animatedly until he pauses in front of one who's distinctly quiet. The man sitting by himself, sipping from his drink, smiling lazily at the merriments going on around him.
Good evening, Rixus.
Oh, Rune? Back for more wild tales, are you?
Something like that.
Rune nudges you forward.
The alchemist here was just passing through and could use a bit of wisdom to guide her forward. Do you mind sharing a little?
The man laughs heartily, lacing down his cup.
I think...
Yeah, wisdom. I think you got the wrong guy for that, but sure, I can tell the kid a story.
I'm Rixus.
Happy to be of service, kid. Story?
What do you mean?
What do you mean by that? Curious one, huh?
Let me tell you.
You're here because the world just kicked you in the face, right? Been there before. Oh, believe me, I have. But I managed to pick myself up from the dirt.
But you see...
I never wanted to be a hero. I was living a quiet life as a merchant, trading wares near the port of Verstad when I was falsely accused of committing fraud. The woman who framed me was another merchant who didn't much care for the competition from some nobody mage spawn. She had connections to a prominent blue blood official who easily swallowed the idea of my crime. Never stood a chance. Lost everything. Had to leave my home, my business, my family.
Oh.
How horrible.
I think...
It was a hopeless situation indeed. I was one commoner against a system that had deemed me a villain. Most sane people wouldn't have cut their losses and moved on, but I couldn't do that. What did he do?
I wonder.
What did you do then? I needed a plan.
Let me tell you.
Took out all of my anger and pain and let me drive me forward. I spent a year planning my revenge, scheming, gathering intelligence, and training for the job I had to carry out. I entered the noble's official estates and relieved him of some accounting books he wasn't too keen on sharing, dumped them at the doorstep of a rival noble, and then just sat back and watched as the vultures ripped him into shreds. As for the merchant, it turned out I hadn't been the first competitor she had been holding down with deceit and threats. Once she lost her connection to the leads, the other merchants turned against her. Turns out the allies you make by blackmail are not very loyal in the end. That seems fitting. Seems like a fitting end for the con man to be conned.
Indeed.
Felt great, not gonna lie about that. But once it was done, I noticed something even greater.
But you see...
I think the first revenge gave me a boost to pick myself up, but once I succeeded, it wasn't the pain that kept me going. It was knowing I'd done something to prevent someone else from ending up in the place I did.
It's a simple kind of pleasure, knowing you've made a change to the world.
Things might seem dark now, but I swear it's worth it in the end. Rune steps up to squeeze your shoulder.
Thank you for the story, Rixus.
I feel like it's Rixels. Anytime, buddy. He laughs, picking up his drink again, holding it up to you in a toast. Good luck, kid. I'll be looking forward to hearing your story once you return to this place. You leave Rixos behind, Rune smiling to himself as you head to another corner of the inn.
So this place is like a club for heroes?
Indeed.
Why would he want to share his story with us, though? What's the point?
To reminisce. Mostly. These people are a nostalgic bunch, but also to inspire. Come, There's someone else I'd like for you to meet.
Rune walks up to a tall guy in a finely polished armor.
Darius, do you have a moment?
He turns and your eyes widen. Reptile eyes stare back. You've never seen anyone quite like it before.
Dragon.
You're quite perceptive.
But most visitors don't recognize my kind anymore.
Darius Dunca, at your service.
A dragon? How?
Really?
You're not supposed to be real. I mean, you're just a legend. I'm not the only one in this place, I can assure you. The dragon motions with his hand to a table behind you, where 5 people are sharing a laugh over cups of mead. They're a colorful bunch, but all distinctly human.
Really?
These are your friends, but I thought humans and dragons were not very friendly. I mean...
that is true.
There was a great war, yes. The dragons did not like the emergent human race sitting at their borders, and so I sought to end it. I disagreed with my people's decision and changed sides to aid the humans.
Huh?
What happened?
It all began when...
I had learned the location of one of the great dragon generals, a cruel, ruthless killer who had no intention of seeing the war come to an end. I wanted to gather a team to take him out, but not many humans were keen to trust a dragon deserter, so I ended up with those 5.
Things didn't go as planned.
Though through our travels we formed bonds, made memories, and shaped the world for the better, when we finally arrived to face down the general, we weren't ready.
No.
He was too strong, effortlessly laying waste to our plans. He was toying with us, and when we defeated and prone before him, he made us an offer. We could go, if we left one behind. What did he do? How do you escape a situation like that?
You see...
At that moment, it seemed like escape was impossible. So I chose had to be made.
No.
For me, it was an easy choice. I was the one who convinced them to join me. I had to be the one taking the fall. But the dragon didn't want me. He picked someone else. Maddie.
You see...
She was the smallest of all of us, but she kept her head high as she stood before the general.
But then...
We thought we had lost, and then she pulled a magic feather from within her cloak and summoned the spirit of a giant eagle to come to our aid. It was such an absurd and fantastical trick to pull, and somehow her defiance in the face of death, it inspired us. I and our other fighter, Mal, jumped onto the eagle's back, and from the air we fought with renewed strength. Wolfgar, bless his soul, cast spells to heal our wounds, and Maris Fetz created a distraction to draw the dragon's fire with illusions of 100 ravens. Finally, Urala used a spell to create a giant magical fist that punched out the lights of our enemy. We won. That was quite a story.
That's amazing.
Sounds like an epic tale. It certainly didn't feel like that in the moment, but now a millennia later, it's quite a few.
That day, I learned to put trust in my friends.
Their ideas might have been unorthodox and downright mad, but they saved me, saved us all.
Thank you for the story, Darius.
I feel like these could totally be D&D stories too, or Dungeons & Dragons if you don't know what D&D is. Anytime, Rune. The dragon bows his head and walks off to the table with his friends. More laughter and cheerful conversations rise up from them.
This is all pretty crazy. So all the heroes just live here?
Eventually, the patrons of the inn move on to the afterlife. Some stay longer than others, but eventually, they all move on.
Where do they go?
Who knows? That's not my jurisdiction, as no one has ever lived to tell the tale. How are you feeling?
Comforted.
I feel better now, somehow. This place. These people. It's very calming.
Huh. I'm glad you feel that way. The inn is a place of magic, but even magic can't fix everything. Humans are complicated. Your souls are fragile, yet strong. I think, in time, you will come to terms with what has happened. As for here and now, I think there's someone here who wants to see you.
I'm hoping it's one of our friends. The bar takes you through the room in the corner where a familiar face sits, sipping on a cup of tea.
Child, how in Alethero's name did you end up here?
Walked here.
Elizabeth.
But you lived a good life, Elizabeth.
Mostly walking, but with a mix of running for our lives, escaping a demon army.
By the seven. Even in this place.
She sighs in frustration.
Just tell me what happened.
We got separated from the others. And then the king of the forest led us to this place.
So, you are here to seek guidance. That's a relief.
Elizabeth, you thought we were dead.
Elizabeth, what are we gonna do? The demons are loose in town. Everyone is there really no way to put things right?
I'm not going to lie to you. Reinforcing the fractured seal was the easy solution to this. Now that it is shattered, and the demons are out, the situation is most dire. Your locket still might be able to restore the demons' prison, but with no way to trap them again, I fear we don't have a lot of options.
This is all my fault.
This is all my fault. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't do anything in the end. And now everything is...
Don't blame yourself. None of this will ever be your fault. No matter how things turn out in the end.
Elizabeth smiles gently and reaches out to grab your hand, squeezing it.
You have already done so much. Gotten so far. Your kind heart took you on this path. Fueled by faith in the goodness of humanity, you stayed true to your beliefs. You accepted this burden without reservation. By overcoming challenges, you gained confidence in your own abilities. You gathered a group of extraordinary individuals, and together, you investigated this threat and came up with a plan to solve it. You settled into your role as their leader. Not an easy task, but you made them follow, and together, you faced down one challenge after another. You even fell in love. I'm not so blind that I haven't noticed. Right now, the flames of vengeance are guiding your steps. And I understand it must be difficult to step back and assess the situation with a level head. However, I am so very proud of you. No matter how this turns out, your journey to this moment has been remarkable. What a brilliant alchemist you have become.
I'm not crying, you're crying. You sniffle and dry your eyes, chuckling.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
I am. And that's okay.
Elizabeth shoots back without batting an eyelid, and the two of you share a laugh because there's no use hiding the tears anymore. You calm down and your chest feels lighter. There's still much to do.
There's gotta be a way to put all those demons back where they belong.
Going around and sealing the demons away one by one with a locket could take a lifetime. The amount of damage they could cause in the meantime is unimaginable.
If only there were, like, a giant spirit locket we could use to seal them all away at once. What?
Color me surprised.
I didn't think it would be you, Mime, who would come up with our master plan. But here we are.
Thank you. I guess? Wait. What's going on?
The demon seal. Liv did theorize that the seal itself worked much like a spirit locket. The lockets were modeled after that structure, after all.
So you're saying if we repair the seal, we might be able to use it to trap the demons again?
It's only a theory. We can't be certain.
It's just a theory. A game theory. Just like always.
Business as usual, then. Good to know.
It really isn't. What about Ronan, though? If we trap the demons again, will he...
So long as the demon is bound to Ronan, sealing it away will be impossible, I'm afraid.
So there's no way for us to stop him?
There's always a way.
Elizabeth?
I didn't want to have to give this to you.
She hands you a piece of metal. You recognize it as the missing piece of the locket. What's this?
What's this?
It looks like it fits in the locket.
This is the piece that made me the spirit alchemist on the battlefield. It allows you to use the locket to unlock souls, demon or human, killing them.
That's...
When I left the Empire, I removed the piece to disarm the locket. I didn't want it to be used to take any more lives. But it appears your path ahead might call for it. Taking a life is a heavy burden in many ways. You need spirit energy to fuel the spell. A lot of it. If you want enough energy to repair the seal, you won't get a lot of chances. But if Ronan dies, then the demon inside him will be released, and it can be sealed away with its brethren.
But then Ronan will... Isn't it possible to just hit the demon instead? Then Ronan would be free of it, right?
If it was that easy to end a bond between a human and a spirit, don't you think I would have used it on you when we first met, Mime?
Oh... I see.
Your choice will influence your personality going forward. Accept that I have to do whatever it takes to stop this ignominious. Ronan, the real Ronan, deserves a second chance. The real Ronan deserves
I agree. This cycle of violence has to end. There has to be another way.
There might be. You are the spirit alchemist now. You have surpassed anything I thought possible. I trust you will find the right answer, whatever it might be.
We should start by finding the others. Though, they might be anywhere by now.
I think you'll figure something out. You do, after all, not just share a bond with Mime anymore, but with all of your companions. Use it. Connect with them, and your skill will take you to them. I'm sure whatever needs to be done will become clear then.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help, Elizabeth.
It has been a pleasure, my child.
You'll be coming with us, won't you, Elizabeth?
Oh, Mime. You don't realize she can't.
Elizabeth stays here with me. She still has not told me all the details of her grand adventure, and I am very curious.
Wait, that means... Elizabeth, you're...
My journey has come to an end, child.
It's a pleasure to know you, Elizabeth. And I hope your story story gets told through generations.
That is the natural way of things. After all, you don't need this old teacher anymore.
If I could give you a hug, I would. So
I might not need my teacher anymore, but I still need you, Elizabeth. You can't leave me. Not now.
Child, you mean the world to me. You are family, never just my apprentice. And even if this is the moment that we part ways, I will never be far from you. I will be here, listening to the nightingale sing of the amazing tales that I know you have ahead of you. And once your journey comes to an end again, I will be waiting. The memories of the people who helped us through life reside within you. That is a powerful thing. Use it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth,
You don't need to be sad.
for everything.
You don't need to be sad about this moment. We can be happy that we got a chance to say goodbye.
Thank you, child, for being the best apprentice an old alchemist like me could ever ask for. Now go. You have a world to save.
And do you have a story to share? She smiles and turns to Mime.
Take good care of each other, my dear Mime.
I feel like there has to be a pun on Mime, because that's such an odd name choice to you. The spirit sniffles loudly, drying her eyes.
Oh, okay. I promise.
You pull out your locket and focus on the face of a dear friend of yours, reaching out with all your heart toward their spirits in the inn, and Elizabeth's smile fades away. You find Caden in the alleyway near the town square. He stays near the shadows, his sharp eyes watching the streets closely until he notices your presence. Luminous, you made it out. Takes more than that to get rid of me.
Well,
Takes more than a teensy demon invasion to get the best of me. Usually there have to be knives involved as well.
Really?
Please don't just about such things. I've been searching for you for some kind of solution to all this, but I found nothing.
I can't believe this.
Can't believe Elizabeth, she sacrificed everything to give us an opening. We have to do something with this chance. We have to face reality. We are alone. We need a miracle to fix this. You'll never be alone, Kaden.
about that.
You don't ever have to face down something like this alone again, Kaden. We're all here for you, and I'm here for you. So stop trying to fix everything yourself and let us help. Kaden looks startled, then chuckles softly. I guess I really was just acting on impulse again. I just realized he also has a turtleneck. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry, old habits are hard to beat. Eve steps forward and touches your cheek, angling her face up to meet his as he bends down to kiss you. His boldness startles you, but you melt into him just the same, reaching up to tangle your fingers in his hair.
As you wish.
Tell me where to go, my heart, and I will follow. Just silently nod, feeling your face burn, and outline your smile is almost self-satisfied. Let's go then. And with that, I think we'll save this here. So I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives, and may the stars forever guide your path, forever they might lead you into the future. Bye bye everybody, and see you next time.